Hello and welcome to Quell. Now what we do at Quell is we concentrate a lot on staff safety under the bracket of workplace violence. And incidents outside our world of workplace violence affect the staff, like domestic violence. Now I don't usually talk about domestic violence, but I have been involved in incidents relating to that where it's affected staff. But what I find interesting is even subjects that I bring up in video every now and again or conversation on LinkedIn prompt some form of reaction. It's like Ask for Angela, I did a video some months back. The amount of people that come up to me still and say, I never knew about that, or I wasn't aware of that, even in hospitality, surprises me to a degree. But the one I'm going to talk about today was interesting for me, and I also seen how it affected the staff. And what it was this. It all resulted from a hand gesture. And all it is putting the thumb into the centre of the palm and moving the fingers down and trapping the thumb. And a sign for trapped. Now most of you know, I used to be in the civil service and I would be taught certain, shall we say, methods to understand when people are giving me signs of distress or problems or they need help without alerting other people around them. And I knew that one, that was trapped, okay? But the interesting fact was that I was at a large grocery store. I won't mention it because this is going to obviously go to court. I was doing a risk assessment, as I do, because I write procedures and do training, etc. You all know that. But the thing, what happened was I was talking to the manager and we were walking around and she was explaining risks and problems, especially around the alcohol section. And this staff member came up quite perplexed. And she was basically saying, look, this lady keeps waving at me. Peculiar. And I says, what do you mean peculiar? And she did that hand gesture. And I says, right, but she keeps putting it up like that and doing that and holding it low. And she was explaining, I said, show me exactly what she's doing. So again, she gave me examples. So I asked where she was, and I have a card. I always carry a card with whatever organisation I work with, so I don't make the public think that I'm strange. Questionable. But then I walked over and I found out where this couple were. And again, I noticed the lady did it again to a staff member. The manager I was with, she's fantastic. She says, right, I think we need to deal with this. I went, exactly. I said, well, what would you do? So I basically asked. And she said, we need to get, obviously, the police and we need to contain this quickly as possible without making a scene. So she went off and I made the excuse to go over and talk to him. But I talked to a couple beforehand, before I got to them. And I basically said I was doing a survey on service. Customer service, how do you think the service? Do you think the staff are friendly and all this lot? And when I got to the couple in question, he was very polite and very nice. And obviously she was very polite and nice, but the eyes were telling me different. And it was very quick, and as they walked away, I was observing them. I would have followed them and got a car registration, etc. And if anyone complains about GDPR, catch yourself on. But by the time they got to the tills, police arrived, they were separated, etc. And they were interviewed, and I noticed they were both led away in different vehicles. And it was great, it was done. But we had a conversation with the staff afterwards, and it was interesting how many of them were unaware of this. And one even says, well, I should be aware of that. I said, but okay, there's so many different things going on in the world. Ask for Angela, hand gestures, phrases, comments, the way you signal people. It's okay. But it's handy to keep on top of these things. And that's what I've implemented into their training. Because if it's true, which I believe it is, where you see the media saying that domestic violence has increased, it is interesting that there wasn't a mark on the lady in question, no mark, no physical mark, no bruises, nothing like that. But yet that alerted somebody that she was in a form of distress. Thank you for watching. If you've got any ideas for videos, or you've got any ideas of anything, signals, anything to do with workplace violence that you think's a great idea, let's send them in. I have no problem doing a video on them. I have no problem spreading the word, because that's what we try to do. Stay safe whatever you're doing. Please, as always, visit our YouTube channel and LinkedIn. Please like, share, subscribe, whatever, because the more people that we get to see it, the more interest we generate around the subject. Stay safe whatever you're doing, and bye for now.